Hi YouTubers, it's your friendly neighborhood gay guru, Michael Brewer, reporting to you once again from my favorite lake on a rather cool day here in February. It's not very sunny or anything, but I thought this was a good chance to talk about something that's been on my mind. Picky, picky, picky. We all are so picky. I mean, think about it. We're picky about the food we eat. Think of the list of things we like and we don't like, how we like it prepared, what ingredients we want in our food, what ingredients we don't want. We're picky about our bodies. We're too fat, we're too thin, we're not strong enough, we're too strong enough. The hair color, our hair is falling out, our hair is gray. We got wrinkles. We're just picky, picky, picky. We're picky about the cars we drive, about the clothes we wear. Oh my God, the pickiness that's involved there. In fact, we are so picky about everything that it's amazing that the one thing that probably would make the most difference in our lives if we were pickier about it, we tend to ignore, and that is our mental thought patterns. Whereas we go and we consciously choose from the buffet of life, material things in terms of clothes and food and housing and vacations and books we read and movies we watch, most of us have our minds set on sort of a default pattern, and we are really just walking through life reacting to the things we experience, the things that are said to us, the things we see, the things we hear. And our thoughts are really just in reaction to those things. And we're not picky at all, not even a little bit. I mean, think about how you go through your day and the people you interact with and how the things that they say and do kind of determine what you actually spent your time thinking on. Think about it. And it happens to me too. I'm not just blaming anyone. I do the same thing. I wake up early. I lay in bed and do my meditation. Nothing is more important than I feel good. I wake up in a good zone. And I can walk down and turn on my computer and start up my business. And there's an irate customer on the phone or someone does something. And next thing I know, I'm pissed off and fuming and firing off angry emails, rather than not being picky at all about what I decide to think. And so I think that this pickiness is in fact a good thing, because by being picky on the outer realms about what we want, we attract to us things we prefer. Fine, that's okay. But where it's lacking is a sense of discipline and pickiness about the thoughts we think and the emotions we entertain. Why is that important? Why is being picky about our thoughts important? Well, anytime you experience a negative emotion, it means that you're putting up resistance between where your higher being is, and let's classify with this. Each of us are like an iceberg, and what you see of our physical bodies and are just the tip of the iceberg, and the rest of us is actually in non-physical dimensions, and is a higher being, and is always happy and always feeling joyous and thinking good things. And everything we want, they're experiencing it. Our higher beings are experiencing that right away. And the whole manifestation process hinges on us in our small tip of the iceberg physical and mental states matching what it is we say we want and our desires, which have already come to be in our higher being. And negative emotion is sort of a sense of resistance between those two states, where we are now and where we want to be. And if you're feeling negative, you're putting up resistance and you're putting off manifesting the very things you say you want. And so it's very, very important for us to really focus, and that's the key word here, focus on the things we want and on feeling the way we want to think and on the thoughts that we hold. And so it's really important for us to also pay attention to where we are going with our minds. How much of your day, now be honest with yourself, how much of your day are you spending in negative emotion or entertaining negative thoughts? Vetching, moaning, resenting, being angry, whatever, reliving negative things that have happened. I think all of us, if we're really honest, we spend a lot of our time doing it, whether it's vetching about the guy in front of us driving too slow in traffic, or the long line at the grocery store, or what our kids said, or what our neighbor said, or something we read in the paper. I mean, the list of negative things and unhappy, pleasant, non-productive things to think about is endless. And we have never been trained to be as picky about which things we tend to focus on as we have been trained to be picky about our food and our clothes and our appearance. And so it's kind of a crazy, backwards, mixed-up world we live in that we have been trained to be very, very picky about outer material and rather inconsequential things, and not at all picky about what we think. And what's one of the most common things you hear on popular music and on TVs? I can't help the way I feel. Well, actually, you can. Beliefs are just thoughts we keep on thinking. And so, if you keep on thinking something long enough, it becomes a pattern, and it becomes a belief. But the good news is that you can choose again. You don't have to be stuck with any belief. You don't have to be stuck with any emotion. You have the ability to change your mental state, what you're thinking on, by changing your focus. And there's the trick. Abraham-Hicks calls it pivoting. And if you find yourself caught up in a mental thought pattern that isn't serving you, that's making you feel bad, and is actually putting up resistance and keeping you from manifesting the very things you say you want, then it's time to pivot. And there are a lot of ways to do it. Tony Robbins talks about letting the body lead, and I think that's a good thing. Sometimes your mind gets so caught up in stuff and the patterns are so etched that the best way to get out of it is just be physically active. Go for a walk, go for a swim, go dancing, go have sex, do yoga, anything. Sometimes you just get your body moving. The endorphins in your system will raise your vibration and lift you out of that depression you might be feeling, or anger, or whatever the negative thought pattern may be. That's a very good way. Not all of us have the option of doing that. Another way is to just go off by yourself, whether you have to sit on the john or go lay in bed or go and sit in your favorite chair and meditate, and quiet your mind and consciously choose not to fall into those mental thought patterns, and that's another way of just stopping the whole process. Not everyone's able to do that, but if you can meditate, I recommend doing it on a regular basis, daily, once or twice. Sometimes you're too tired to move, you're too tired to meditate, just take a nap. I do that. I power nap just about every day. It's like shutting the off switch on your computer for a while, the off switch on your computer, and just shutting down for a while and waking up. And when you sleep, you shut down that mental thought process. Other things are just to distract yourself. Watch a funny movie, read a good book, pet your cat or your dogs. There are a lot of ways that you can, once you identify that you are habitually thinking negative thought patterns and being not picky, you can do a lot of things to get out of them. Those are just a few tools out of many. I'm sure you have your own. But the point of all this is focus. And we have to learn, if you really want to become a creative manifester, a conscious creator, whatever you want to call it, you've got to learn to control your mind and to be aware of the mental thought patterns you're holding, and to stop creating by default by thinking by default, and to learn to be as picky about the thoughts you have, the mental vibrations you're exuding, and your beliefs and behaviors as we are about the outer things. So that's the lesson for today. Learn to be picky. Be real picky about what's going on up here and what's going on in here. That's all for today, YouTubers. Hope you enjoy our videos. Signing off, I'm one man with two dogs.